break time's over. So, I actually thought it was recording. Good thing I checked. It wasn't. But, here to talk about the painting on the thumbnail while I sketch. Discuss my artistic process. I guess this is a pretty special time that the artist can actually convey what he meant in his drawing, so I think this vlogging style might help. So I think I'll be able to do a sketch per episode and discuss the depth of the sketch or the painting. So hope y'all enjoy. All right, so where to start? That painting took me years to come up with. The title, Midnight Mantra. It's as a result of, I guess, being in pain. The lack of mobility. Yeah, the lack of mobility. So I was, I wouldn't per se say an accident, but my back just gave out from just overexertion. I'm not really sure, but I continuously get back pain, like debilitating back pain, where I'm bedridden. So that's where the journey really starts. If I can be honest with you, that's the lack of movement kind of forced me to be how do I say it? Still? Like, really, really still? Because I couldn't move, like, literally. If anybody knows what back pain is like, I'm sure you'll know. So, you can't even use your legs. Like, weight bearing, non-existent. So that happened at an early age when I was 19, I think. 19 or 20. But anywho, I kept going through episodes and just kind of muscled through it on the weekends and just kept pushing forward, really. You know, what else are you gonna do? But that forced me to be very still. And eventually, being curious about the hypnagogic state, which is when you're in between wakefulness and sleeping. You close your eyes and you just, I guess, be aware. And it's not completely darkness once you start paying attention. So that's where everything kind of started. Because I was very active, which was really hard to let go. I was waking up 5 in the morning, going running. I'd be that person running first thing in the morning, you know? But after it just kept happening over and over again, like, it's just not worth it. And it wasn't just running. There's all kinds of activities. But I guess pain has a way to keep you grounded or something. I don't know. It just, like, I can't do all those activities anymore. But it took a while to let go. And painting definitely helps cope with that, since it requires not so much mobility. I have a pretty good setup here with the desk. Okay, let me talk about this sketch real quick. So I'm sketching a younger gentleman helping the elderly. Gonna go on a hike. So, yeah. Think about back when I was a caregiver. I worked at a nursing home. I think everybody should work there. Learned a lot. It's very physically demanding, so that kind of put a halt to that. But anyhow, the painting. Okay, so I'm trying to render some of the things I saw in a dream state. Things that are obviously beyond words, and if I was to try to describe it, I'd definitely sound loony. So this painting would be the best description. But to say there are experiences like that is quite fascinating. So yeah, that's where these paintings come from. So I guess if you were to really push the envelope, go in the controversial route, I think they call these vision quests. You know, different religions go about it in different ways. I've come across that through my research. So there's so many ways that the old natives, or our ancestors, it's not just natives, there's everywhere around the world, they seek altered states of consciousness, and they all have different methods of reaching them. So, yeah. Midnight mantra, huh? Yeah. What else? Let me see. I guess the constant, I call it rolling in the deep, or going into that state, teaches you a lot. So, patience. What else? I'm not saying it hasn't been easy, or it's not hard still. Not being able to worry about the consequences of doing physical actions. The times where I have like a sharp pain, and I wonder if I'm gonna be able to move. Yeah, it's like a 30-second pause. I'm like, not today, we're good. But I gotta just be mindful of the things I do. But I guess that goes also with the I don't even know if you can call it meditation, but just sitting there in the stillness. I don't even want to put a label on it, really, because, geez, everybody has opinions. But I guess this place is beyond words, right? Dream state, these experiences. So I guess let me explain or talk about some of the things I've learned from spending time there in the hypnagogic state. I think I've come to the comprehension that if these experiences are beyond language, because they're very vibrant in color and things you can see, and when you're in the hypnagogic state, in that place before reason or logic, you become like an observer of your own thoughts. The hardest thing, I guess, is to stop thinking in language, in any real form of language. That was kind of difficult. So now that's off. I gotta fix that. Yeah. Now, I guess what has also helped is patience. I think I mentioned that. So laying there in the hypnagogic state, patience. I mean, trust me, there's a lot of not that nothing happens. Just sitting in the dark. Like, on occasion, open my eyes and be like, oh, my back still hurts. I can't move. So back to just laying in the dark. At first, it was very frustrating, almost desperation, a sense of having no power or control. So that's the level of pain we're dealing with here. So just laying there, a lot of dark hours, but eventually, if you really pay attention to the darkness like a painting, just observe it, just keep observing it. Things start happening, and you become more comfortable walking in that area, if that makes any sense. Or whatever it is that you really want to do. So yeah. Very simple drawing. I like it. How do I convey this one's older than the other one? I guess it doesn't have to matter. As long as you're carrying it. Convey a sense of help. low-key I've been carried. So, yeah, that's the story behind Midnight Mantra. I mean, I don't want to describe every subject that's in the painting for y'all. Like the horse on the bottom left, and the girl on the top left. The half-dead bull on the right side of the canvas, and then the lion that's overtaking the whole center. Yeah, those are all different experiences. Like I said, so if they're definitely beyond language. And the collapse of language in the hypnagogic state, I think, is something that I learned to let go because of constant low back pain or being bedridden. It comes to a point where I just kind of give up. So just letting go. I know it sounds kind of sad, but hey, it is what it is. But in that, kind of don't even know how to describe it. It's like remembering. Yeah. So all right, what do I see for this painting? What do I see for this drawing? Well, it's a drawing right now, but like I said, so this painting and this painting are going to be blown up, made bigger. Actually, take out the paint supplies and start drawing. But definitely. Alright, so make it purple sky. Well, it looks like it's purple, but I gotta decide what layers of purple. So in my later videos, I'll talk about my other paintings. I'll talk about this one more in depth. How about that? And then that one. But yeah, Midnight Mantra. I like it. I like it a lot. Tone. So I can come back with color. So the back is water, my sake, Lake Michigan, pure Michigan. We'll do that river in the sky. Yeah, that's how we'll bring this together. Boom. I guess I can talk about my art process. I definitely like being alone. I am a recluse. I am the definition of a recluse. I guess it's because I've spent so much time in that silence or in the hypnagogic state. It's very comforting to me. But while I'm painting or drawing, sometimes that feeling of being in the dream is kind of there because I get lost in the drawings, get lost in the sauce. I get lost in the drawings. Just contemplating possibilities of where the brush could go next. It's very flexible. The flexibility of drawing reminds me a lot of that state. So that's why I like being alone when I'm drawing, or just in general. Even talking right now is kind of distracting. But I'm trying over here, trying to get better at it. You guys want to know the story? I'm trying to tell you the story, but I'm telling you, it's quite difficult for me to talk and draw. Well, I enjoy it more, I guess, when I don't. So, it seems like I'm getting lighter and lighter the more I go. Purple's just very difficult to control. I'll take a breaky break, and then we'll jump back, but I'm probably gonna jump ahead, and then we'll continue on the story. Okay, back from break. So I just got a little ahead on the sketch here. I think we only got like 10 to 20 minutes tops left. Getting faster. All right, before I forget, if you guys like my content, like the paintings, please support me on Buy Me a Coffee. Um, okay, so back to Midnight Mantra here. I guess I could say the hypnagogic state. As far as recommendations, or from my observation, is we're letting go of we're letting go of our senses, just lying there still as can be. So, um, yeah, yeah, it's difficult for me to draw and talk. It's difficult, funny, but what I'm saying is we stop using our senses when we're in that state. So if you remain aware, then the last, I guess, sense to let go would be of the things learned, which would include language. So, yeah, how about that? Mm, Being a little too small, can barely even. Down some lines, and they're already pretty sharp. And drawing that small. Got a pretty good idea. What this is gonna look like. Okay. Mhm. 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 Okay, now we go back out to the surface. Alright, okay. Back to the hypnagogic state, right? Loss of language, loss of senses, then I don't know, like the images or feeling start emerging. Just go with the flow. there for the ride. Some people use like those binaural beats and stuff. But you don't really need anything. Just need to pay attention. Silence. I think this is the only one I didn't write on. And all these other little sketches I was writing to add tone, value. You know, this painting or drawing reminds me a lot of the last couple of years spent with mom, helping her out a lot here and there. That's how we hung out. Didn't really matter what we were doing. More than happy to take her to a doctor appointment. So yeah. Take care of your elderly. This and obviously dark purple. Check it out. I like it. It's not enough. I want to do dots on this thing. We'll speed this part up. Okay, so we covered basically a little bit of how I got to that painting, the concept, a little bit about my process, my art making process, like being a recluse, spending a lot of time alone drawing. There's my dog here in the background. Yeah, so haven't really given much thought to the textures and how I want to paint this one. I think this is going to be more traditional. Definitely going to be multimedia. Do grainy texture. It could be acrylic. Give it some atmosphere with the water and sky separation. One could be oil, one could be spray paint, airbrush. Don't get me wrong, on occasion I do play some music. Sometimes I don't really have much to say. So this sketch will be done. Post it up on my shop. Little sketchy sketch. Been doing really good. I didn't curse at all. So, I guess I could talk about the goals for 2026. Be at least one sketch per week with updates on the paintings. There's no way I could record an entire painting session. Like, they involve way too much texture. I don't like doing that simple stuff. So, like at least 1 week to 2 week process. And I gotta stock up on supplies. And I gotta make the canvases or fiberglass on. Yeah, just make the fiberglass frames, all that stuff. So, again, if you'd like to support the channel, buy me a coffee. Well, it's called Buy Me a Coffee. It's donations, but yeah, buy me a coffee. That'd be great. Gotta stock up on supplies. It's been a couple of years since I got the old brushes out and got serious. So, let's see what we can do. Thank y'all. I'll talk to you soon.